Hey everybody, my name is Watchmaker and welcome to another I Don't Know Minecraft video. So I'm here in my hardcore world and recently I built myself a melon and pumpkin farm, a bamboo farm, and a sugarcane farm, but you can see something is missing, and that is a way to harvest everything, probably using a flying machine. Now, I've never made a flying machine before, so I'm going to give that a shot in this episode so I can hopefully actually make them in my hardcore world so I can actually start harvesting the things that I've already made. So let's get started on that right now. Okay, so here we are in the I Don't Know Minecraft testing world. We've got our gradients over there. That's looking pretty cool. But we are going to give the flying machine a shot today. I think I have an idea of things that we need. We need observers. We need some slime blocks. We need some pistons. I think sticky pistons probably. So we're going to get those too. And I think you need something to kind of start it with. And I see a lot of people use like flint and steel for that. So we'll give that a shot too. And then you need a way to stop it. And the best way to stop it that I know of is to use some obsidian. So we've got some materials. And I think the best thing to do is to just kind of get started. I'm going to just go up a couple here. I'm going to put in an observer facing this way, an observer facing that way. And then I guess what you need to do is add in the pistons somehow so that they'll start moving. I don't know. Like, do you do this and then that? That'll make it push, but I don't know if it actually will, actually. Thinking about it. So if I just do this, what does that do? Well, that doesn't do anything. So that doesn't do anything at all. Okay. So this is going to be a little bit more complicated than I thought. That's fine. Or maybe the problem is, no, problem's not that. So that should detect, and then that will launch the piston. Maybe the issue is that I can't have it directly on the observer itself. So what if I did something like, okay, that does something. So that fires, and that actually does activate there. Okay, so we'll just stop that. And if we put the observer back, then what if I just copy it over on the other side? Like, what does that do? So if we put the obsidian here and then put this here, and then get rid of the obsidian. All right, now what if I just... Oh, that won't do anything at all, right? So, okay, so that pushes it back and forth. So not a flying machine yet. I think part of my issue is that I'm using two slime blocks that are connected to each other. Oh boy. So let's stop that. And all right, so we're on the right track, I think. So if we just pop these back in, if I get rid of the slime blocks here, perhaps the answer is powering. Slime blocks can't be powered, can they? Like if I put a slime block here and then an observer there, what happens if I do this? That does work. Okay, so if I put a slime block here instead, and then the piston? No, the piston would have to go that way. And then... So then this slime block would go over here. And then this piston would go this way? And then what happens? A whole lot of nothing. Okay, so nothing happens if I do that. So then in that case, it doesn't seem like that's the right solution. What about using other things like target blocks? Because I know target blocks are useful for a lot of this kind of stuff. So activating the target block won't do anything there. Slime block, that doesn't do anything either. Okay, so maybe I am looking at this the wrong way. What if I mess around with the way the observers are? That just creates an observer clock. I forgot about that. So that doesn't. If I put the slime there and a sticky piston there, what does that do? I can't activate it if I do that, but that's okay. Because what I could do is put a sticky piston here and this slime block here. That doesn't do anything. Wow, this is hard. Flying machines are harder than they look. Like, way harder than they look. Oh, right. Okay, that's my problem. My problem is that I put that in the wrong spot. So, in that case, if I just start this here, no. That doesn't do anything at all. That sends a signal to there. That should do something. That does do something. Okay. But that then... No, let's just see what this does. Whole lot of nothing. I think the issue is that it's not... None of it's connected. So that just pushes. All right, let's start this over. Give me just a minute. We are gonna do a little bit more tinkering. I'm gonna do some more in-depth tinkering. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So I figured something out. This looks really funky, but it kind of works. Let me just show you that it kind of works. I'm just going to put a couple of obsidian blocks here so that it doesn't fly away into the distance. So if I just put something here, and then it'll start itself up. Okay, so that kind of works. Can I get rid of this and have it work? So my issue right now is that it's not pushing the same way with both sides. So I wonder if I just instead copy this over like this instead, if that would have it so that depending on what side activates, it'll push. No, so that doesn't work. My goal here is to make a flying machine that goes back and forth depending on what gets activated. Because what I want is I want a flying machine that has a bunch of arms on it like this, so that the farms that I have in my hardcore world that you saw will have these flying machines going across and harvesting everything as it goes across. That is my goal, but I don't know how to achieve that at the moment. At least I've kind of got this started, so I'll head out again and keep trying, and we'll come back if I've made some progress. Okay, we're back. So I did have some progress. This looks super duper bulky. I know that there's an easier way to do this. I've seen other people do it, but I don't know how to do it myself. However, I did make a flying machine that can go back and forth. So that much works at least. And it doesn't break. I have it set up so that it stops at the right point on both sides. So I think I'm going to work with this design. I know it's not the best, but I do want to see just how much more pushing I can do. I don't think I can do very much. Let's add... Well, let's just add one at a time, okay? So that's fine. We'll add another. And push again. That's fine. And we'll add another. All right, so we have it doing 3 at the moment. We have it push again. It's still working. That's good. That's with 4, so this is 5. It's still working. Okay. Okay, that's giving me a decent amount. 6. And there it is. There's the stopping point. So yeah, this isn't going to be super duper big, is problem number 1 here. So I can only do a total of 6, which means that the best that I can do is make something that is like this big. So, it would definitely work in terms of, oh, you know what though? Okay. Yeah, it would definitely work ultimately, because if I just put down some, what's an easy one to put down? Maybe just some bamboo. So if I grab some grass and I grab some bamboo, I can just put up some bamboo right here. I know this is not correct. Actually, let's make it so that it would be correct. This should do what I want it to do. So let's see. Yeah, it would definitely push the bamboo. It would definitely work in that respect. But it only does 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of it. I mean, it definitely works. I just don't know how to make it better. So, why don't I see if I can compact this a little bit so I can end up with something a little bit smaller? Because right now this is so bulky, and I feel like it shouldn't be this bulky at all. And I'll be right back. Okay, so I don't know if I made the flying machine any smaller, but I did make it more in line. So I think that that kind of accomplishes what I wanted it to. Before I had it only going like 5 or 6 across. Now I've got it going, I think, let's see, we've got it going 6 there and another 3 here, I think. Let's see. Well, let's just count. We do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we've got it going 10 across now. That should be enough for what I need it for. And what I wanted to do was kind of test and see. Oh, I made it a little too small, but that's okay. I wanted to kind of test and see if it did everything that I wanted it to do. So I came up with this weird little redstone mechanism to start it, so that I could put the slime blocks in front of the observers. And it seems to work. It just like takes a second to start up, makes its way through all of the bamboo. I have my tick speed set really, really high. And then it makes its way through all of the sugarcane as well. And it pushes it all along, which is great. And then all I'd have to do is have a collection system underneath. And then it reaches the end here. And then if I hit this button again, it should head straight back. And it should cut through the sugarcane. Obviously, again, I made it too tall, but that's okay. Not a big deal. And then it'll cut right back through all of the bamboo. And one thing I didn't test, we'll test that now. Let's try adding another piece on. So that still goes. Okay. So that's 11 across. I would think that I could do up to 12 across because then that might be like the limit of blocks that get pushed. But I'm not entirely sure. So I'll just put one more block here like this and we'll see what happens. Okay, so I can get a flying machine that pushes 12 blocks across, which is going to be more than enough that I need for my hardcore world. So I think unless somebody shows me a better design, I'll be throwing this into my hardcore world very, very soon. And that is going to do it for me. I think we did a pretty decent job making a flying machine. So thank you very much for joining me. This has been an interesting one. It's been a lot of trial and error, but in the end we got there and we got a really cool looking flying machine doing what we needed to do. So thank you very much for joining me. My name has been Watchmaker, and I'll see you on the next time. Bye.